I heard the most amazing quote last week. She said, "Let the people pleaser in you die, and the God in you will arise." That struck me so deeply. I was like, "Oh my goodness, I have been a people pleaser." So many layers of people pleasing. And I mean, so many crazy stories of how I've people pleased people. One of which I thought was kind of funny. I was trying to think of a story. Um, I had my hotel, and this guest came up to me and said, "We have some rooms over here and we have some rooms over here. And one of our daughter's rooms is like, there's a really bad smell." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, what is going on?" And immediately my fight or flight response and everything within me just like starts panicking, because I'm just like, "Oh my God, anxiety." And the lady was just like, you know, it it's okay, we'll figure it out. And I was just like, it she says, "You don't have to take it so personally." And I was like, "Well, it's my hotel. I have to take it personally." And she said, "Oh, I thought you were the 20-bit something behind the desk." And I was like, "No." And this was like 10, 15 years ago. So I I I realized I was just going to the nth degree to make these people happy. And of course, I had a hotel, but lo and behold, I found out the smell was a dead possum underneath the house, one of the houses. And of course, nobody else had, had the courage to go do it. And of course, my people pleaser in me, I could have gotten her another hotel room or something else, but it was like, no, I have to make this happen. And so there I was, crawling under a 2 foot space with mud in my hands and a big bottle of bleach. And I had to go and face this possum that had almost, deteriorated. And I was pouring bleach over this thing. And it was the most horrifying experience ever. But I realized, I was like, no, this is what you got to do, right? For survival. And my question today is the realization that how many things do we do for money, right? How many nooks and crannies do we put ourselves into for money? And we do it a lot. We do it for survival reasons. We do it to make people happy so that we can be happy. And we're constantly maneuvering ourselves to help make sure everything's okay. And so if you don't know me, I am Johanna, and today, and as always, every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we get together and we talk about all things angel, money, and love. Today's schedule is me talking about people pleasing and money and how we maneuver ourselves in so many different ways in order to be able to get money. We have the beautiful Dumari San Angelo talking with the White Light Council, and she's going to talk about the status of money and abundance and love, all things love. And surprise, we have a beautiful guest today, Andrea Cole. She's going to be sharing her insights and some channeling about money from the angels. So I'm super excited about all of that. If you don't know me, I'm Johanna Gardner. I'm a master energy healer and intuitive business coach. I absolutely love helping people step into the quantum field and see all the infinite possibilities of their life and bring magic into their world by helping them quantum leap into more joy, more ease, more abundance, and all of those things. We do that through retreats and VIP sessions. I just got back from Mexico. That was a phenomenal Heal Your Money Story retreat. And we also have a program called Money Soul Print. And that is specifically designed on healing your money beliefs and blocks, go deep into our imposter syndrome, our codependent patterns, our people pleasing, and work on all of those belief systems that are in the way of you being able to bring your magic to the world. My guides showed me how the healing arts, all the astrology, the human design, gene keys, numerology, how they all interface with each other. And if you get to do some homework and reveal your specific soul print, and it will help you monetize your soul's and spiritual gifts in the world. And that, to me, is the most amazing, magical journey that we can go on, is really help us get into alignment with who we really are and what our mission is here on the planet and what we're here to do. I absolutely love facilitating that reveal and adventure into yourself. And once you get to know who you are and what you're here to do and your mission on the world, you can then be able to monetize that and build a business that you absolutely love. All right. So I was talking about people pleasing and how much we maneuver ourselves. And I remember being in the bathtub years after I'd sold my hotel, and I just started bawling. I was in a beautiful, the Cosmopolitan Hotel. It was phenomenal. It was a really beautiful experience. You walk in, and the staff knew my name. Like, I didn't even know how they did it, and I thought it was kind of a magic trick, except I went into the spa and the lady in the spa knew my name as well. So I don't know how they did that. That was the most memorable thing in a hotel ever. But that particular moment, I was bawling in the bathtub, as we all do sometimes. And I realized that I had been maneuvering myself so much to build an empire, real estate empire, all based on the idea that my mother thought I was stupid. I really wanted to prove to her that I wasn't stupid. I just had this belief in my brain that if I did something really magical, if I did something really difficult, she was going to turn around and say, "Oh, you're not stupid." But the irony is of the whole thing, and all our beliefs and all our money stuff, is all related to our internal story about ourselves, right? We can actually be rich right here, right now, in this moment. One that conquers the mind, conquers the world. And I was reflecting on the Heal Your Money Story, and we went to this retreat, and we went to this 5-star resort. And my whole reason for going there was the realization of all the edges that people have. No matter what luxury you're in, you still got edges. You still got belief systems. You still got things in your mind that are hurting and making you suffer. And we always chase after money. We always think that money's going to solve all the problems. But honestly, you could be searching for $10 today because you got to buy yourself some food and you don't have anything. Or you could be searching for $100 million. And if you don't get the $100 million, life is going to fall apart. So whatever the edge is in your life, the invitation is to just love yourself. Love yourself enough to take a breath and say, right here, right now, I'm okay. I'm okay. And keep practicing being able to be okay in all the moments, no matter what's happening outside of yourself, no matter what situation. There is still divine love in all moments. That divinity never goes away. I'm going to invite you to think of 3 things in your experience of today, before coming here on this beautiful live with all of us. And if you're watching the replay, I just want you to just do an inventory of three things that you can be totally grateful for. It could be that you had a choice over what you ate for breakfast. It could be that your cat, my cat, just wanted lots of attention this morning, and the love that I got to exchange with my beautiful cat. Or it could be just glancing over and seeing that plant that you've been cultivating, and it's growing and it's got a new bud on it, and just life is miraculously growing, no matter what your money story is, right? Like, no matter what that is, right here, right now, where we can be in joy, we can be out of the suffering. And having gratitude, moving into that place of gratitude, allows us to get present with every moment and every day. You can choose to love yourself rich. Practice being wealthy right here, right now. That's your homework. All right. Thank you so much. And I am going to call on my dear, dear friend, Dumari, and I'm going to ask for her and her beautiful connection to the White Light Council to come up and play with us. Yay! Here she is. Hello, darling.
Hello. Good morning. What a beautiful morning it is. So happy to be here with all of you. And I am excited to share with you what the White Light Council wants you to know today. And they really feel like best friends. They're here. You know how your best friend is here to encourage you and support you and laugh with you and reflect back to you how beautiful and amazing you are. That's what they are here for. And they tell me, even though they're just channeling through me, they're accessible to everyone who just calls upon them. And they can be your best friends, BFFs forever. And also you have your own councils, you have your own teams. So you're never, ever alone. You have your own circle of best friends right there for you to encourage you, to love you, and to remind you how amazing and powerful you are. So I can already feel that that message was from them to remind you. So I'm just going to take a moment, and I ask you to open your heart, open your mind to receive all this love that's here for you. We are light, we are love, and we are here. Yes, we are here, and it is our delight to be here with you in this beautiful moment of now. And like you heard Dumari say, you are so dearly loved, and you have beautiful, very wise, by the way, loving friends who are with you in the non-physical world. And you came forth here and you said, because you yourself are a non-physical being, but you sometimes forget this as you get involved in the physical reality that you live in, which is a beautiful reality. It's a beautiful game that you're playing with all its ups and downs and emotional breadth of range and everything that you can feel. And that's one of the most beautiful gifts that you have chosen to experience and receive by coming here to Earth. We wish to remind you, you are not here ever on your own. You're always supported. And as you open yourself to this guidance and this love and this support, your life becomes easier and more harmonious and more fun. One of the main things we wish to share with you today is we wish to bust some myths. And why we love to bust myths is because these myths, the ones that we're referring to, are very limiting, and they're limiting you. And they're limiting you in a way that no longer serves you, because you came here to expand into who you really are. And these myths that we're talking about are not the truth, are just lies. And the reason why it is so important for you to know the truth and really know it within your whole being. First, realize what the truth is, and then believe it. Bring it into your subconscious mind. The reason why this is so important is because what you believe in is what you get to experience. You, dear ones, are divine creators, and that's how you create. Many people here on Earth are creating unconsciously. They don't even realize that everything that they experience is their own creation. And then some of you, as you are now awakening, especially those who are here on this call and watching the replay, you are here remembering that you are the creators and that you create from your beliefs. So it's important that you get to pay attention and become aware of what your beliefs are. So today we want to bust one of the limiting beliefs, lies. And if you look at the word believe, inside of it, it's the word lie, right? Be, lie, if, believe. So we are going to bring some light into this belief. And the belief that we're talking about is the belief in lack. Lack is the most, it's the biggest belief that exists in humanity that is keeping you limited. Because lack is an illusion. Everything that is life is abundance. Abundance is the highest truth. Everything that you experience, everything that you see, within it is the energy of source, right? Everything that exists is source energy. And that's why source is also called all that is. And if source, which is in everything, is all that is, does that mean that it's limited? Or does that mean that there is infinite abundance? You are part of all that is because you exist. If you exist, that means that you are part of source, all that is. And you are one with the abundance of everything. So when you believe in lack, if you believe that you lack what you wish to experience, who you wish to become, if you believe that it's out there, outside of you, separate from you, that means that you are believing in lack in some way. That is not the truth. The truth is that you are already one with everything that you desire to experience. It is not outside of you, it is inside of you. It is within you. So every time you say to yourself something like, oh, I wish I had this money coming in, but whatever comes after the word but is a belief in lack. And it gets more and more specific depending on what that is. Whenever you say to yourself, oh, I wish I would get more clients, but I don't know how to do that. But I don't know how to have them find me. But I don't know how I can bring them into my life. But they don't have enough money to pay me. But, all those buts, whatever those are for you, are a belief in lack. And those are what are bringing to your experience whatever you're experiencing. So we are asking you to use your imagination and step into the knowing that your higher self knows about you. Lack versus abundance. Fear versus love. Lack is just another expression of fear. Love is the truth. Love is the energy of all that is. Love is the energy of God, of Source. So you cannot serve two masters. You cannot serve fear and love at the same time. So you have to make a conscious choice every moment of every day to choose love, to choose abundance, to choose to believe in yourself and say to yourself, I realized that I believed in lack, but that's not what I want to experience anymore. So my higher self, my soul, my support team, show me what's the truth. I'm choosing the truth of love. I'm choosing the truth of abundance. Show me the way. And the reason it's so important for you to do this is because this is an energetic universe. You get to experience what you are a vibrational match to. And that energy that you are, that's radiating through you, is based on your beliefs. What you believe then determines also how you feel. If you believe in lack, that there is not enough, that it's hard for you to experience what you really want, how does that feel? Tune into your body right now. Your body is your inner guidance system that tells you your vibration. It is a beautiful instrument, a tool that lets you know what vibrational range you are vibrating at. If it feels hard and anxiousness, anger, frustration, you know you're vibrating at a lower level. So you need to use your imagination to bring yourself into that reality where it is easy for you to experience what you want, where you're already experiencing what you want, the money, the clients, the flow, the ideas, the support. And be there as much as you can. So put yourself in there right now. Visualize yourself living the life that you want, with the money flow, with the fun, with the play, with the fulfillment. You're stepping into that timeline where you are vibrating at that energetic rate, that frequency. The more you do this every day, many times a day, your vibration shifts. And when your vibration shifts, life has no choice but to reflect that back to you. Another point that is related to this, and our beautiful Johanna mentioned this at the beginning of the call, is your sense of identity. Who do you see yourself as? Do you see yourself as someone who struggles to get what they desire? Do you see yourself someone who has to give yourself up in order to experience what you really want? Because this idea, belief that you have to please others, that you have to somehow give yourself up, abandon yourself in order to be worthy of what you desire in the eyes of others and in the eyes of God. That is not in alignment with your highest truth. And yet, when you believe that, that's what you will experience. You are the creator of your reality, and you create with your beliefs. You create with your thoughts and what you focus on. And the emotions that you feel are both a guidance, letting you know where you're vibrating at, and they also serve as fuel, because that emotion is magnetic and it attracts to you more of what you're feeling. So, dear ones, we the word that's coming is implore you. We implore you to choose to feel good and to choose the thoughts to focus on, the beliefs that make you feel good and empowered and abundant, supported. And then the more you feel this way, the more you will open yourself to receive the synchronicities, the inspired ideas that will help you step into your grandest, most beautiful, greatest version of you. This is what you really desire, and this is what you came for. So, with much love towards yourself, compassion for every time you realize that you're not vibrating at the highest level of love that you can. That's okay. It's all part of the game. It's all part of the fun experience of being on Earth. It's really a game. However you experience yourself here does not change who you really are. You're here to experience yourself as that creator, and through the contrast of experiencing what you don't want and what you do want, you get to play. And there is such joy in playing. So bring the energy of playfulness into your experience. All right, dear ones, go ahead and play today. Ask yourself, how can I play today? How can I bring in the energy of love and fun and feel good today? What can I do today to make me feel good? What can I think about today? What can I focus on today? How can I see myself today that feels good and empowered? All right. We love you, we love you, we love you. And we see the beautiful beings that you are, supported by your beautiful, wise, and very loving spiritual friends. So go out and play today and bring as much abundance as you possibly can imagine. We are light, we are love, we are you, you are us, and we're always, always with you.
That was so beautiful, Dumari. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome, Johanna. I think I needed to hear that as well.
I think we all do sometimes. I was kind of reminded of last week's channel where it's the two frogs in the milk, and one of them just gives up and drowns, and the other one just keeps churning, keeps going, and then it turns into butter. And we were joking, it's like love butter, right? So it's the realization that every single time we make that choice, every single time we pull ourselves out. And I don't know about you, but I think as we continue to clear ourselves, the harder it gets, right? We become better and better manifestors. And so we become even more fine tuning of our beliefs and our thoughts. And because things start to manifest way quicker, right? Like
Mhm.
there's almost instantaneous um, results in so many ways, and it's like, oh, I better keep my thoughts clear. I better check myself, right? And keep on that vein of more love, more light, more joy, more ease, and just constantly reminding myself that that is the truth of everything. And the White Light Council said lack is another expression for fear. Ooh, that hit me. I was just like, oh, right. Like I'm totally okay with fear in the sense of, some boogie monster coming to, get me. It's like, oh, no worries, right? But the lack, if I transcribe it into fear and I realize, oh, okay, if I've been in this idea of this lack, or this didn't happen, or that person didn't do that, or money didn't show up that way, or blah 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 blah, it's like that's fear
Mhm.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I'm hearing is that it's really not that it gets harder as we get into this awakening process and realizing, oh, we create our reality. Oh, like um shoot, it's like I'm responsible for everything that happens in my life. So it's not that it gets harder itself, it's that realization that we're creating everything. It's like, oh, wow. So it's about fine tuning, and being more aware that, yeah, whatever you're thinking about, it's going to be reflected back. And that can seem like, oops, shoot, it just got harder. But it actually can get easier. It could get easier if we choose for it to be easier. And then they're saying that's another belief, that it
Mm.
has to get harder, more challenging. It's like, what if it doesn't? What if it can be easy? What if awakening, and every time I become aware of another expression, like, lack being another expression of fear, what if all this is just making it easier and easier for me to be who I really am, who I really came to express myself as? What if it just got easier and easier? That's love.
Oh, and I mean, don't get me wrong. It's kind of like that PM under the mattress. It's like it's
Yeah. Yes.
I became hypersensitive to the smaller stuff, like
Mhm.
the finite stuff, because there is so much love in comparison to who I used to experience life with. And I was, especially in the last week and just the magnification of light that is bombarding the planet, and the realization that my unique sense of creativity is really creative. Like, she can create all kinds of stuff, including a lot of lack. Like, and it can, like, the realization that I created that much in the realm of what I perceive to be lack, and yet I can create just as much in abundance and just as much joy. And that's why the focus, I wanted to go back to the micro, is remembering the little parts, remembering the little blossom, remembering the food choices, that the teas, the taste, the minuscule things, because they're in infinite abundance. I mean, we see them, right? All the time, and they can bombard our senses in delightful ways if we pay attention to them. But our sense and our conditioning and social construct, especially in the West, is this, oh, I don't have this mansion, I don't have this Ferrari, I don't have this blah blah blah. It's I don't even want any of those things. That's a lot of maintenance. But it's like, but the addiction to that's when I'll be happy. It's the realization that you're happy. You can choose to be happy right here, right now, and living in that state of this simple joy, the simple beauty.
Yeah, and they're saying that acceptance of what is an essential component of experiencing more of what you really want.
Mm.
So whenever we resist or judge where we are or have been, that actually solidifies it even more. So that place of acceptance and going to a place of neutrality where the negative emotion around it, because of the judgment, kind of dissipates, and you go to a space of neutrality where acceptance is, then it's so much easier to bring in the vibration of love. So it's like gradual from judgment, feeling bad about what we have been or have been experiencing, to bringing a sense of neutrality and acceptance. It's okay, not a big deal. I am okay right here, right now, like you said. And then when you get there, it's so much easier to allow the truth to come in, like, oh, and now I am loved, and look at all the abundance I have in all these areas. And then the more we focus on the truth and the abundance and the love, then we start shifting the vibration to being more and more in alignment with what we want. And the more we go there, the more our base frequency starts getting higher and higher, which is part of what humanity is going through. Then, like you said, we become aware of the little piece areas that are in no resonance with that higher frequency. And then we get to fine tune and then become more awakened and more awakened. And that's how humanity is evolving. That's what's really happening in humanity. And each one of us is a beautiful piece of the puzzle of humanity. And we are in the leading edge of that awakening. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I get it, because I'm an artist. I get a visual of, it's the charcoal on the blank page, and you start to kind of rough it out, and then you start to apply the paint, and then more paint, and then as you start to crystallize the visuals of the painting that you want to create, you start really going in for the details. And I really feel like a lot of what we're doing right now is, so you put the big stones in the bucket first, and then you put the smaller stones, and then you put the little stones, and then the gravel and the sand. It's like it's just the process of things. And if you've got a big stone in your life that is not working, then take it out, right? Like, and then reorganize everything and figure it out. And, you know, it's not a wrong way, it's just a redirection. So
Yes.
thank you so much again for the White Light Council and beautiful Dumari. Really appreciate all of your magic, all of your wisdom, all of your insights. Give her some love in the chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See you next week. Mwah. All right. And I am going to invite my beautiful friend, Andrea. Hello. I'm so excited you're here for your
Hello.
debut of sharing your magic. And uh, Andrea, how are you feeling right now?
I thank you so much, Damari, for your message. My body is just buzzing and I feel very calm, which shocks me.
I love
So,
it.
very happy to be here, very happy for the invitation, Johanna, and very happy to be here with all of you.
Excellent. Well, I will leave it in your beautiful, capable hands. Here's
As you-
Andrea, everybody. She's going to share some magic with us.
Well, everyone, as Johanna said, this is my debut. This is my first public channeling, and I've not been channeling all that long. The Abraham made themselves known to me on August 24th of this year, and so it's just been mere week since I've been channeling. So I'm very excited and so many emotions about it, right? Like it's a dream I didn't even know I had that came true. And so I don't know what they're going to say today. I've checked in to make sure they're here, but I don't know what they're going to say, but it's always perfect. That's my experience is whatever they say is beyond anything I could have expected. And I think that's the message about life. There's so much more than we could ever expect. Like we're limiting ourselves with our dreams and expectations. It's so much bigger than that. So with that, I will go quiet and ask them to come in and we'll see what happens. So thank you for being here and thank you for holding space for me and for whatever spirit comes through because I've had others than Abraham. So we'll just see what happens. But thank you. Good day to all of you. Thank you for being here. We are so appreciative of this opportunity. And we know that Andrea is a bit nervous and we let her know there's no need. There's no need ever for anyone to doubt anything because you are always protected. You are always with an army of angels and guides that are with you in every moment. And sometimes you don't know this, sometimes you doubt it, sometimes you feel it. And then when you want to feel it, sometimes it feels like it's far away. That is how it is. And the more you ask, the more you receive, the more you let yourself know just how protected you are, the more you'll feel it. And this is true with this one. She has a lot of doubt about, is it true? Is it real? Am I enough? These are things that come up and it brings tears to her eyes. But this is the feeling of being loved so greatly. And sometimes it seems to her that she has to actually open space in herself to take on more love. And this is true. This is actually true. You've even limited yourself in how much love you can allow yourself to feel. But that is not the amount of love that is available to you. The amount of love that is available to you is so great, so huge. So that is the first thing we want you to know is that you're never without this love. The more you tune into it, the more you expand, the more that you can take in, the more that you can actually feel and realize. So we are very, very appreciative for you and very appreciative to this one for bringing our message. And while she doesn't know what the message is, she's right. It's always the message you need to hear, and that you can trust. You can trust that whatever comes, whatever you feel, whatever feels right, is right. Much of the learning is to put your mind aside. Tune in instead to not those thoughts. And those thoughts are oftentimes your ego trying to protect you. Sometimes it's your guides trying to tell you things, but the chatter never stops. You will recognize that. As you meditate, you may be frustrated because the chatter never stops. And we just say to you, allow the chatter to be there. It's often messages to you for you. So don't berate yourself for not being a perfect meditator. Just relax and let it come, let it be. As you get away from your mind, your heart, your love begins to come, and you will have feelings in your body, resonance in your body. And this resonance, these feelings are the signal that you are right where you're supposed to be. The mind steps aside, your heart opens, and spirit begins revealing itself to you. So we tell this one, if it feels right, it is right. And you know yourself when it feels right. And this one talks about buzzing. There is a buzzing, which is just the resonance. It is the vibration of being aligned, of being in tune with who you are. And it is not even us, it is you. It is the beauty of who you are. So as you seek your dreams, as you have these dreams, just remember they were given to you. You didn't manufacture these. These were given to you. And they were given to you because they are available to you. And it is your journey to identify and to practice matching up with those. And when we say matching up, you know this from reading that this is alignment. But the alignment is not a place. It is a frequency. It is a feeling. So think of your feelings as the frequency. As you feel into the things you desire, remember, these are not pipe dreams, as you would call them. These are realities waiting to be uncovered. And they are yours. It is your birthright. It is your future. It is your now. As Dumari talked about, it is now. It is nothing more than you yourself finding the vibration, relaxing into it, and allowing it to be. And note that when you allow it to be, it is not an instant manifestation. It is a magnet. It is a magnet that is calling forth one of the dreams you have of the many, many, many dreams you've had over your lifetime in this incarnation. So you are doing nothing more than saying, come forward, be here with me. Let's sit in what this is. Let's sit in how this is going to develop. And it's not your job to develop it. It's already there. You simply have to make it clear what it is you're wanting and what you want to see manifested. So relaxation, let's talk about relaxation. Relaxation around money can seem like a very challenging task. It can seem like work. And this is a signal. This is a sign that you don't yet believe. How do you believe when you don't believe? We think this is a funny question, but it's a real question. And so for us, it's very easy to see what's there for you. We see it. We know that you want it. We know that you deserve it. We know, as we said, that it is your birthright. There's no shortage. There's absolutely no shortage. And you are deserving because you are God's child. That's all. There is no enoughness that you must be. Enough is not even a word in our vocabulary, even though we know you feel this feeling of not enoughness or not quite right. This one has often said in years past that she is not appropriate to life. What does that mean? We just say, you're perfect in your being right now. There is nothing you need to achieve, acquire, or aspire to because you are it already. And so this is the work. This is the work is to begin shedding like leaves. We think of leaves and fall, shedding these beliefs that you're not even aware of as beliefs. As this one called us in today, she had fear. She had fear that we would not show up. And rather than talking to the fear, rather than sitting with her in her fear, instead, we called forth her inner child. We asked the inner child to come in because those beliefs are fears, are doubts that your inner child holds from your youth, from your very beginning. Maybe even before you were born, they were with you in utero. You can't know where they came from. You just know they are a constant. So as we called forth her dear inner child, she was shocked. She was shocked that her inner child was the source of the fear that she had that we wouldn't show up. And you, as you listen, you recognize this as abandonment. And she's so used to abandonment. She thought that we would abandon her in this moment where, as Johanna said, her debut, she thought, can this happen on demand? And of course, we sit back and we realize this is the human way. But back to the inner child, the fears you have, the beliefs you have, those are not your beliefs. Those are the beliefs of your inner child. And some of you know this, or maybe you're like this one who did not even imagine that the inner child could be the one holding space for abandonment, waiting for the abandonment that is to come, the abandonment that is so reliable, that feeling, that belief. And so we ask this one to speak to her inner child and ask if she is willing to abandon the abandonment. This is a belief of the inner child. And her inner child is holding that belief of abandonment. And so it was merely a discussion we asked her to have with the dear inner child. Are you willing to believe that I am going to be here for you at all times, upon demand? Whether you demand me or not, I am here. I am with you. I love you. I love you to depths you cannot imagine and to depths you've not ever experienced from those of your family, of your lovers, of your children, of anyone in lifetime. The love we have for you is so grand, so great. And this inner child had a decision to make. Is she willing to give up the belief that she's not enough, that she will be abandoned, that there's something she must do to have us show up and speak to you today? So as this one spoke to her inner child and said, I love you. I always have loved you. I will always be here. This is the safest place you can imagine. And then came the question to the inner child. Are you willing to suspend this attachment to disbelief, to abandonment, to fear? Are you willing to set that aside and instead come in to this great life that we have right now, to all of the things waiting for us, all of the dreams? Will you come with me? She says. Will you be with me? Will you be my partner? And as this one stood still, waiting for the answer, the inner child said, yes, yes, I'll come. Okay. And it was a beautiful moment. She wanted to have her fear acknowledged. She wanted it to be known that she has been abandoned so much. And yet, with this one simply asking, will you come with me? Will you be with me? Will you be part of this journey in a different way than you've ever been before? That is where the abundance is on the other side of the abandonment, of the fear. And so with this one said to her inner child, okay, is it okay if I leave now and go do what I came to do today? To have this experience, to be a channel for the word of what is true. And the inner child said, yes, come see me later. And that is where we left off right before this call. And here we are. We are here reliably. All of you, please know, all you must do is ask. And then there is one little thing in addition to the ask that must be in place. And that is the openness in your heart, the willingness to allow yourself to receive. You are being spoken to all day long, all night long. Time doesn't exist. You are always loved and always served by your spirit team. It's no different with money. Money is nothing more than energy. You think you want money, but as so many have said before, what you want is the feeling of money, the feeling, stability, security, protection. You want the knowing that whatever it is you can dream of is available to you. And we say to you, that is all there. We are not worried. We say to you, do not worry. There's a factor about worry, which, as Dumari spoke of, it is lack. It is the fear, the lack that you feel like it's going to show up at all times and burst your bubble. And this is just learning and growing into who you are. You can't know in an instant how great you are, how big you are, how capable you are. You can't know that in an instant, but you can know that little by little. You can know that day by day, moment by moment, by trusting, by tuning in inside and saying, I may not be able to hear you with my ears. I may not be able to see you with my eyes, but I know you are there. I know you are there. I have been told, and even on a deep level, I know it. And it is part of my journey to find my way to you. But meanwhile, I can suspend my disbelief. I can ask my inner child to come on my journey with me and be there no matter what I think is not there. I can trust that I am loved and provided for because it is my birthright. So we say, be light, practice being light, practice not being concerned. Make your wish, put it out there because spirit does need to know what it is you want at this very moment because you have a lot of stuff out there. What is it you want to manifest? Bring that forth. Hold that lightly. Think of it as a butterfly landing on your shoulder. That light, it's that kind of sensation about, here I am. There is what I want. Bring it to me. Let it land on my shoulder. Let it sit with me. Let it manifest and marinate and let it come together in the most beautiful way. Let it come to me perfectly. And yes, perfectly is a word we can use in spirit. And so it perfectly can come as it's meant to come for you. So with money, know that it is yours. Let it light on your shoulder as your precious butterfly. Let it be there with you always. And all you must do is water it like a plant. Just like your plants in your home, in your outside, water it, fertilize it with your, not with your longing or yearning, but with your acceptance that it is here. Fertilize it, water it, let the sun shine on it. Know that whether or not you see that plant growing, in every moment it is growing. There are cells that are duplicating and growing, and you can't see it except in that time-release photography. You can't see it, but nevertheless, you look up and one day that plant is blooming with a flower. Just know that that is what is happening with you. It's happening with your dreams. It's happening in your spiritual journey. Things are being revealed as you're ready. And your only job is to ask and be ready. That is our wish for you, our message for you, that it's not visible, but it's still all happening. And when you know what you're asking for, you hold it lightly. That is the magic. That is the recipe. That is the plant that you have sown the seed. And just be mindful that you don't have to see it in order for it to be happening. You are deserving, you are enough. Your inner child has all of these things that was planted in her long ago. And your job may be to actually call her forth when you find that you run into a belief that you know immediately does not serve you. You are given these signals, these signs, so you can invite your inner child in and have the discussion with her. And it's that easy, as this one found out. She was, as in her words, she would say she was blown away. How easy is that? But that is how life can be. Life can be that easy. And you are so, so enough. And we send you our greatest respect for the journey that you're on. To love. Do you feel that love? And yes, we know you do. We are here with you. You are always loved. And you are powerful beyond any human belief. And sometimes up here around you, we laugh. We say, oh, that is the human way. Got to make it so hard. Know what you know, and you know it does not have to be hard. And if it's hard, that is a signal that it is not right. So relax into the hard and let something else show up. We are very happy with this debut. We are very happy, and you might not think so with tears rolling down her cheeks, but she is very happy. And so we leave you with this feeling that everything is all right. Everything is as it should be. It's beautiful, so beautiful. If only you will know this, choose to know this. And we could go on and on. And for us, there is no time, but for you, we know that there is time. And so we thank you. We love you. We surround you with the light. And your light is within the light. It's so big. It's so beautiful. We are so happy to be a part of your journey. And with this, we are complete.
Wow, wow, wow. That was amazing. Everybody's cheering in the chat. How phenomenal. Thank you so much. Ah, you did it. That was so loving. It was so, yeah, everybody's saying awesome. Wow. So proud of you.
Thank, thank you all.
Yay.
One of my worries is that every time that the channeling comes through is that I just cry in joy. I just cry because it is so beautiful.
Yeah.
And the tears are beautiful. But it does make me feel a little bit embarrassed. But they tell me it is perfect and it is joy.
Absolutely. Yes. We have tears for sadness and we have tears for joy, and we don't tear up enough for joy. And I was almost in tears too. I was just like, I'm so proud of you and so happy, and just the love frequency that came through some of your I love the statement, abandon the abandonment. That was so cute.
I'll have to listen because I have no memory of it. Um,
Wow.
it was so fantastic because before this, I got on this call, I was feeling the fear about what if I call and or invite and they do not show up, and without missing a beat, they invited my inner child in, and I was thinking like I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know. I didn't know. And while I do not hear a voice, I hear words drop in, like a track is moving, like a train track, and words drop in. And then the personality was different with my inner child. She was just like completely flippant and fun. And it took no more than a quick question and answer. And she was cool. She was like, I'm cool. Yeah, I'll go. I want to go. And so I guess the lesson that I learned is all of our all of our things that show up that are fear or negativity or you can't do that or who are you, those things, when those show up for us, that is not us. It's just totally our inner child. And I've always had this challenge to understand the inner child. And I got it more. I got it. We just have to hear their concerns. We have to be with them and know that there's a reason they have that. But she was so willing to go, and Abraham kept telling me, "We're here, we're here, we're here." And so I've learned a lot from this. And thank you so much for being here, and thank you for listening and hearing the message of Abraham.
Wow, it was our pleasure. It was our honor, absolutely. And I think all of us just felt the love. And there's Catherine says she was in tears too. Wonderful. You are wonderful. So yeah, you've got some lots of love there. And I'm sure that was quite an experience. And I can't believe you didn't hear any of it, because I'm so excited it's recorded so you can listen to it, because it was such a beautiful message. Oh, beautiful.
Oh,
Thank
please
you.
receive it. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Mwah. All right. Wow. What an incredible morning we have been blessed with. And I am sending all of you so much love, because that's what we're really doing. It's just constantly choosing love, choosing to be in the knowing that we are truly abundant right here, right now. And all of that outside situation is just that. It's a story. And we can embody the joy and the peace and the happiness and all of it right here, right now. And that's my choice for you. I'm sending you lots and lots of love. Please like and share and subscribe if you're watching the replay. We love you. We're so honored to have shared this with you today. And we will see you next week. Mwah.